Today I'm in Port Angeles, Washington, looking for radioactive antiques. So let's get in some of these shops and see what I can find.
We gave her.
I use a Geiger counter to detect the ionizing radiation coming off of some of these objects, which makes it kind of fun, like a little treasure hunt. What makes this lantern mantle radioactive is thorium oxide, and it was used to make these mantles burn brighter and longer. I didn't take it out of the box because these lantern mantles do sometimes decay into a dusty mess, and so I wanted to avoid having that problem. There's a little bit of radium paint on this clock, and that's what makes it just a little bit radioactive. Sometimes I find other clocks that are much more radioactive than this, but this wasn't too bad. Kind of on the lighter side of radiation. Well, nothing really in that antique shop. Good thing there's another one right next door. Oh, excuse me.
Thank you. I'm just
You're
looking
welcome.
for my. But. Oh, sorry.
Some nice uranium glass. There's something in those dishes, but they're all kind of like stacked together, like tied together, so I'm not going to mess with them, but there's something radioactive in there. Just a little radioactive because of that yellow sheen to it. Only 300. Maybe 400 counts if I left it there. Looks like this one has some original mantles. So what makes these radioactive, or this radioactive back here, is thorium lantern mantles. This was a common thing back in the past of using thorium, because thorium oxide, I can't remember the exact chemical composition of the thorium, but it actually burned longer and brighter. And then they replaced it with yttrium. So all new lantern mantles are now yttrium instead of thorium. But you can still find these old ones. They're pretty cool. Might buy this, maybe. I don't have an old Coleman gas lantern, so it might be kind of nice to have in case of an emergency.
Back really quick.
The door is locked, so I'm gonna go next door.
Would even do that. Yeah.
Now, I would have totally bought this 16 millimeter motion picture camera. It was in great condition. But as soon as I started inquiring about it and that it was only $500, this guy changed his tune and said it was not for sale at the moment. So I missed out. Those are some cool antique shops. Got a couple of 20 millimeter rounds to share with my brothers and I. None of them were depleted uranium. Unfortunately, that would have been really cool to find. But yeah, interesting stuff. Picked up that flower pot because I need something to put some succulents in. And why not have a slightly radioactive flower pot? What's kind of cool about these old theaters that have these tile facades is that sometimes these tiles are actually radioactive because they use uranium in the glaze. It's only a little radioactive, nothing crazy. They're perfectly fine right where they are. But if you were to cut into these tiles and allow that dust to get into your lungs, it probably wouldn't be the best thing, but nothing fatal, at least in the short term. Yeah, it's a little over 500 counts per minute. It's because these tiles have uranium in them. Uranium in tiles like these is a very common occurrence, and usually the older the town is, the higher likelihood of you running across something like that is. radioactive tiles because of the uranium in them. And it's interesting seeing all this stuff. And it's like, if you know where to look, you can find this stuff everywhere. It's like no secret that some of these tiles are radioactive. It's kind of cool just finding them out on the street, though. I think that's going to do it for Port Angeles, Washington. It's kind of cool checking out those antique shops. Found some interesting stuff to take home, add to the collection. But anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.